Welcome to No Such Thing as Normal podcast with Natalie Hayes and Jess McKeown.
This is a casual podcast where we talk about all the things you're not supposed to talk about in order to help you normalize your real life. Because really, we're all just a bunch of weirdos having a completely human experience in a society that asks us to pretend like we're not.
And I'm your host, Jess, a gifted spirit baby medium who facilitates deep soul healing by channeling divine messages.
There was a pause there. I was going to break through. I'm your other host, Natalie, and I am a trauma-informed intuitive mindset and manifestation coach.
Now, be sure to subscribe because you do not want to miss the crazy, wacky woo stuff that's coming. Listen to where you go to podcasts, subscribe there, listen also there.
Also, listen.
Don't forget to listen. But you know what? You can also watch us on YouTube. We have 100% unedited episodes on YouTube, and you can also follow us on the gram at No Such Thing as Normal Pod for more weirdo woo content and all kinds of exciting stuff. Who knows what we're going to put up there?
Yeah, who knows? And if you liked this episode, please be sure to rate and review so that more people can unleash their weird with you. And if you rate and review, head over to our Instagram because the giveaway is still going strong.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to go through the 22nd. And look how cute these mugs are.
Oh, yeah, we have them this time. Look at those.
Weird. Isn't that cute? So truth be told, we're recording on the same day and we just changed our outfits.
We did.
And then some cute little earrings, put my hair in a different bun. But look at this coffee mug. Here for the weird. We got the big ones because we know, or matcha, right?
Oh, yeah.
Natalie shared her matcha recipe with us before.
Yes.
How'd you get into matcha?
I don't remember. I think I probably tried it at like Starbucks once. And it didn't give me the like soul crushing anxiety that coffee gives me. And so I decided to make it at home. And by the way, Starbucks uses way too much matcha. It tastes like chalk. You're only supposed to use like half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. I make it better.
You're a hobbyist matcha maker.
I'm a hobby matcha maker.
I'm going to be calling everything hobby this, hobby that.
Yeah.
Today I have water in my ball jar. So chic.
So chic. Look at you.
I know. And this cute mug. So in this mug, we're going to put crystals, tarot cards chosen specifically for you. So rate, tag, like, share. Because the thing is, like, that's how it gets out, right? We want people to like know about us and come join our conversations and laugh with us and have fun and get some hard hitting info.
Yeah.
What are we going to chat about today? What are we going to deliver on?
Oh, dollar bills, y'all. We're talking about money, talking about abundance.
Making it rain.
Yeah.
I put on my gold coin earrings totally intuitively. I was just feeling these today.
I love it. I love that. Yeah, we're going to talk about money.
Dun, dun, dun.
To stress you out. Is your heart rate going up?
I feel like all the topics we talk about should have that dun 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 because they are. I mean, these are like serious things. Money, the energy of money. What do we feel like the energy of money is?
Ooh, energy of money. I feel like there's one energetic feeling of money, right?
Ooh.
And that's like the almighty dollar. That's like society, capitalism. But like in my personal life, money feels like water. To me, it just feels like it comes and it goes and it always comes back. It's just energy to me. It's just like a nice feminine energy.
That's interesting. I have never really thought wholeheartedly about the energy of money. But if I sit here, when I think about my relationship to money, it is like that ABBA song. It's like money, money, money. Like it's make it rain. It's dollar bill, y'all. It's like, heck yeah. It's like excitement. It's fun because it's like, it means I can get to do things with it. Right. That's why I like money. That's why I want money. I want to do things with it, you know? And I went shopping the other day and like did a bunch of things. It was so funny because I was like, yeah, money is great. I was like, I can buy all these cool things because I need them and I love them and I have the money to do it. And I just sat there as I was like going shopping and I was like feeling the joy that my work and my money bring to be able to get these giant bowls of Crate and Barrel so I can eat my big salads out of them. Because I make big salads and my little tiny bowls just, they don't hold them.
No, they don't
I
hold
need a
them.
big bowl. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go buy this big bowl. And it felt really good. But I like to do that whenever I spend money. I like to be like, thank you. I love you. Praise, and when I write bills, I like to do that too. My mom taught me when I first got my first checkbook. Raise your hand if you have a checkbook. And I don't use it that much, but she would always write checks. My mom loves to write checks, and she would always write thank you on the check. And I asked her one time, I was like, oh, like, why do you do that? I was like, that's kind of like, just, that's nice. Like, are you just saying like, thank you to the bill people or AT&T or whatever? And she's like, no, I'm saying thank you to myself that I have money in my account to pay this. And she would bless every little check that she would send out. And so when I wrote checks, I did thank you. And now I don't write checks as much, but when I pay my bills or set them up, I'm like, thank you.
I love that.
I do a little money dance.
I love that so much. That's a really good idea. I do that. I feel like I've done that since like being able to pay myself. I won't pay myself if I'm like in a really low, I don't know, vibrational scarcity space. I'll like sit with it and be like, I'm so grateful that I have earned this money to be able to make a living. Like I get into a space of real like gratitude and like feeling the abundance of the money that's already there before I'll like pay myself.
Yeah. I think it's a lot about, how does it make you feel? Right. And money, my goodness. I mean, money has been power, money in sex, money in so many, other different types of relationships, freedom, oppression, right? Like it's a very powerful energy, I think, in our society. And I think you can have different relationships with it. And I think before I did a lot of abundance work and a lot of money work and a lot of, kind of getting in touch with that, I was in deep scarcity mode. And scarcity is scary. I mean, you just think like it's never going to happen. You're going to run out of money. What am I going to do? All this kind of stuff. And it just keeps bringing in more experiences to confirm that. Right. And then the minute I changed my mindset and I was like, does this really work? I don't know, but I'm going to give it a try. Right. Because it was pretty simple to like change my mindset and not pretty simple, but, doing the work to like put in a new thought every time. And sure enough, it changed. And now I don't fear, making money. I don't fear bringing in clients. I don't fear. One thing that I loved on my journey was like, this is like with my spirit guides. If you say like, oh, I need money, your guides are like, yeah, you do. But if you say, I love the money I have and I love some more, they go, oh, great, here you go. So when you sit in that need, oh my God, I need money or I need clients. So many entrepreneurs, I need clients. Your guys like, yeah, you sure do. Fill that need, right? Feel it. What does that feel like to need clients? That's scarcity, right? Because it's scrambly and it's itchy and it's chaotic. When you sit in abundance, it's feminine. Like you said, it's receiving. It's let it come to you. I tell that to people that a lot. I'm like, what if you just like called it in? What if you just invited money in?
I know. I feel like I say that all the time too, but it might give the wrong impression because I'm not saying like sit here and be like, like money. Like that's not exactly how it works. Like you have to come from a place. You have to come from a place of like already feeling fulfilled, already feeling abundant, already enjoying what you do have. And feeling like that's enough. I'm like, yeah, I have space to receive more. Like, it can't come from this place of this like really graspy place. Also, I think your necklace is tapping on the mic.
Oh,
Hear it?
I hear it too. Hold on, let me change.
Okay.
Our audio engineer that's just messaged us.
Right, our audio engineer, Natalie.
You know how they have those entrepreneurs with all the different hats, Yeah. Oh, I'm the CEO. I'm
go
production.
Put my hat on.
I'm shipping.
Yeah.
All the hats. Yes. Flow, money, abundance. Like you said, yeah, you can't fake it either. No. Right? Like you can't just be like, I feel grateful. It's like, no, you actually have to like fully be like, because I think in that realization of like true gratitude, it's a different feeling than trying to like just get it right. And I think that's where people kind of struggle is they think it's just a money. And it's really a bigger process in all areas of your life. And I would say that, like, when you start to clean up these areas a lot, you start to see the flow happen. And I often will see babies and money, or babies in abundance.
Oh,
if you're having trouble getting pregnant, check your money stuff, check your abundance stuff, check if you feel this worthiness or this deservingness of money or of a baby. I mean, there's the energies are so similar. Second chakra, same kind of area, right? For how we create and we do things. So yeah, it's important to like truly believe it.
Yeah, I agree. What is your first money memory?
The tooth fairy.
Really?
That's what I would say. Like, I remember like, putting your tooth underneath and like getting money and being like, whoa, like that's kind of cool. But I also like remember like working for my money fairly early on. I definitely had lemonade stands. I definitely like worked for neighbors and babysat. And, it was kind of like, hey, you got to make your own money. Like that was kind of a thing. And I don't know that I ever really like got excited about making money or doing that. But I think it was kind of like, if you want money, you must work. And what I'm trying to like work on now is you can get money and not have to work.
Yeah, I'm still kind of hung up on the gross concept of trading teeth for money, to be quite honest. Like that's just, I think that sets you up for like failure. Like, look, you have to give part of your body to get paid.
What are you going to do with your teeth instead? Sell them on Etsy for like 5 times as much?
Ew, no, do people buy children's teeth on Etsy? Is that like dark Etsy? I don't want to know.
Oh yeah. People buy all kinds of things on Etsy, let me tell you. That's a really interesting thought though. So like if you have kids, are you going to do the tooth fairy?
Oh God, I had like completely forgot about the tooth fairy, that was
You're
even
welcome. You're welcome.
a thing. Thank you. And probably no.
What if your little kid's like, Mom, here's the word at school. My other friend lost a tooth, put it under her pillow, got some money. Where's my money for my tooth?
I feel like there will be other ways to get the money. Like, how about trade your teeth for service? I need these dishes done.
I just read this cool article about this mom who doesn't pay her kids for doing chores, but pays them for doing hobbies, or gives them like a hobby allowance.
Oh, I like that.
Because I agree, like chores, we should just all take care of our home. We all live here. I want to
get paid to do it.
No, yeah. And like, it's hard. I was just gonna say it's like pulling teeth sometimes. Ha ha ha.
Teeth.
But teeth are showing up. But I love that idea of like giving them a little budget and being like, hey, when you do stuff or whatever, like here's your little hobby budget, to go like do something fun. That's so cool. I'll probably do the tooth fairy. I don't know. We'll see.
You think so? I love that. I just feel like my kid would be weird enough to start like yanking out their own teeth to get paid. Like
that'll be $40, Mom.
Yeah, I will probably do the hobby thing because I think that sets up a different relationship with money. Like, no, the more you enjoy yourself, the more you receive.
Yeah. I really need to deep research the tooth fairy now because I'm fascinated about how that got started.
Isn't it like some dark German legend, or is that just a scary movie I watched? I don't remember.
All legends in Germany are dark and scary. Like Hansel and Gretel, that's dark, a scary story.
Dark.
He eats children, you guys. It's a children's book.
I know. Isn't Ring Around the Rosie also about like scarlet fever or something? Like it's about something awful.
Oh, good old times. Good old times. What about you? Like, what's your first like money memory? Like, bing.
I, for some reason, when you said that, I imagined myself at like 5 years old getting money on like a birthday card and just like not really knowing what to do with it. Like, I feel like I don't care. And I feel like I started out not caring about money. Like, oh, what's this? Cool. I don't care about that. But then, we went through all of this turmoil when I was in high school and money became everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because you don't know what money is until you lose it all.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember like when my parents were divorced and it was just my mom and I for a while, and we went out to this restaurant, and she was like, all I had in my wallet was like $20, and the bill came to like $19, and she had barely enough to like leave a tip, and she like wanted to get out of there quickly because she kind of felt bad. And but as she's telling me this, I'm like, I never felt poor though. Like we had a house, we had a condo, we had a car. And so that was my first realization of like, oh, that's a mindset, right?
Yeah.
I was not living in a tent. I was not, living in really low income housing and having no access to food or water, education. No, I had access to so many things. And my mom worked so hard. And so when you start to like realize that you're like, oh, even if you're not technically poor by maybe like a standard, you can still have that mindset because of how your parents think or how their parents thought and what they kind of bring into your environment. Yeah.
I know. My mom grew up more like affluent, but her parents still are very like stingy with money, just very like controlling. It's used as manipulation, it's used as control. And like they were always made to wear like the cheapest things they could find. And like my mom hated it growing up because like couldn't buy the nice clothes, couldn't have the nice clothes. So when my mom got her first job, she bought herself all the nice clothes. And my
I
dad
love
likes to
it.
buy nice things, like, and so they grew up sort of in a different reality than the one they chose for their married life. And then, but there were still those undertones of scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like they called that in. And then in high school, my dad lost his job. We lost all of our money. Like our house got foreclosed. I had to live with my best friend for a couple weeks. Like the lights were turned off. Like it was a no money situation. I have a different memory of my mom. We had several cars, just a rotating influx of different cars in my teenage years. And one car would die every time we turned left. And that car was a Jeep. And we went to the gas station once and my mom had like $1 to fill up. And I just remember her crying. And it's just like all of this conditioning around money
Yeah.
that like, it almost makes you want to run in the opposite direction. Like, fuck this, fuck
Yeah.
money, fuck that it has created this, environment. But of course, money is just an avenue also for lessons. So
But I mean, I have definitely like wanted and imagined in my thought experiments a society that doesn't run on money this way, that runs in a different type of exchange. And that is when I kind of broke it down to it doesn't really money. I mean, it doesn't really money. It doesn't really matter because money is just an example of an exchange of energy. So if we instead of had dollar bills and coins, we had shells, people would still manipulate that and be like, I'm hoarding all these shells and you don't have any of them, because like that's what rich people do, right? They hoard sometimes that money. And so I once I started to see it as an exchange of energy, that helped me have a better relationship with it. And I think like my relationship with food and my relationship with, other things in my life, I really had to like sit down and go, what is my relationship with money? And like, how do I honor it and love it and be like, hey girl, hey, I have a money altar. I have bills on there. I do money dances where I shake my second chakra. You guys want to see that? Let me know. But like, it feels so good. And really, why do I do all that stuff? To get me in that vibrational energy of attraction and magnetism and be like, ding, 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 come this way. And I remember when I was first learning this concept with spirit, I was like, okay, spirit, fill my 3:00 on Thursday. And sure enough, boom, not even like an hour later, things would pop up, right? And an appointment at 3:00 on Thursday. And I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, fill the 1:00 on Thursday. Let's keep going. Boom. Okay. And I was like, holy shit, like this works. Like if you just ask for it, it comes. And I would tell like friends and entrepreneurs, like, I'm like, just ask for it. But again, it can't be like, money. It has to be like, I'm a badass bitch who has an amazing business and I help people all over the world. And yeah, I want to call in. What I was calling in actually was more people to help. And then the exchange would be my help for their money. I wasn't thinking about money. I wasn't calling in money anymore. I was calling in opportunities. I was calling in clients. I was calling in, just joy and abundance. Like sometimes I just call in like random things. Like, hey, I just want to get $500. Let's just see what we can, but I think how spirit maybe like even prioritizes the energy is like, what you gonna do with that 500, Jess?
That's exactly what it is.
What do you want that for? Right. And then you tie that to that thought and you go deeper and deeper and deeper to have this really emotional connection. And then I'm telling you, try it out. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about the money. It's like, why do you want the money? Tap into that. What's the feeling that the money's going to give you? Tap into that. And then those channels open. It's again, like we were talking about in the last episode, like going the 10, allowing the universe to come 90.
Yes, I'm going to work on my percentages,
Work on your
for
percentages.
sure.
I also feel like money and abundance are so different.
Oh.
You are already abundant.
Thanks.
Some people are abundant in shoes. Some people are abundant in food. Some people are abundant in children. Like there's already abundance present in your life. It's just that money might not be the avenue that that abundance is coming through.
When you say somebody is abundant in shoes, do you they just I'm like, do you mean they just have a lot of shoes?
Yes.
Okay.
Some people are abundant in clothes. Some people are abundant in cars. It's like, well, why don't I have enough money? Where's the rest of your abundance? Where have you been focusing your attention on your abundance?
I love that. I never thought about that.
It's super shamanic. It's like, if you feel like you have a scarcity mindset around money, look at where you're already abundant.
I'm abundant in crystals.
Yes.
I feel no shame in buying those beauties. Let me tell you what. Okay. So you think money and abundance is different. Tell me about that. What is money? How is it different from abundance?
Money is just a thing. It's just an object. Abundance is really like a frequency.
Yes. I would say money is an effect of your abundance frequency.
Can be.
Yeah. You can also bring in other things. This is kind of where this like be careful what you wish for thing comes in, because I've also had, because I did all this abundance practices, I was proselytizing to all my friends, yo, we got to do this money stuff. And they all call me back, Jessica, I am overly abundant. I am too abundant. And it was like, yeah, you also have to like pace yourself and find that level of what you want to accept, right? Because sometimes you can call in abundance and then realize like, oh, that's a little too much for me to handle, right? Because like sometimes there's even still a hint of scarcity, as we call it in, right? Because we're like, oh, I'm going to do this practice, but I also just want to make a bunch of money. And they're like, making a bunch of money for you equals working a bunch.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to call in a money from other sources, that's my favorite. Yeah, do it in that way. Call it, or like you get like an extension on a loan, or you get those like random checks back that like you overpaid by $300 and you're like, thank you. So every little thing, I always say thank you.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. But definitely look at like where that abundance is coming through, and also realize that you're calling all of this in, whatever you want to call in, but you're not going to receive what you can't handle.
True. And for those, I just saw this practitioner. Oh, I'm going to like totally like model this. They have their prices set, and then they have this price for what she says is, for those who haven't done the money or abundance work yet, here's your price. And I was like, I love that.
Interesting.
It allows them to admit and own it. And I feel like it was like a potential invitation to be like, hey, you can come get this session for a lower price because we get it. We've all been there. But also, please do your work. Please don't stay in this place forever. And always as a practitioner, I have sliding scale. I have free options. You know, I always include that in my work. But I really liked this. This is like where I felt like that was a community approach to her work, right? Like, hey, I'm going to give you this discount. And also, I'm going to call you to the table to be like, let's do this. And I thought that was so cool because it was just like this feeling of like, you know, I remember when I was counting pennies. I remember when I felt so broke, and it is not fun. And it's hard when you're already so down in the scarcity and the fear. And, you know, there's all sorts of other friends down there with you. Anxiety shows up. She's like, what's up, girl? Let's go. Oh, we're talking about money. Let me come in.
Yeah.
So other friends come to the party and fuck with you a little bit. And so it's sometimes challenging to find that mindset and to find that appreciation. And that's why I think it's important to have these little sprinkled practices, right? Money dances and citrine crystals and other things that you can kind of reach to keep your energy, you know, writing the checks and saying thank you. Like I try to sprinkle out little things so that I'm always kind of feeding my abundance fire.
Yeah. Like, what is the frequency that you're coming from? Because that's what you're going to attract.
How do you like check and know your frequency?
Does this feel good? Does this not feel good? If it doesn't feel good, you're probably just at a little bit of a lower vibration, and that's okay. But you can do things to get you there. Like, I don't know, some tips for manifesting. The best one I can give is just get in the frequency of already having it. Like, the key to manifesting, I've said before, is realizing that all possibilities already exist, all future potentials already exist. So like, tap into that future potential. What does that feel like? And then move forward from there, from that place. Like, oh, this already exists for me. This is how I feel about it. It's already my reality. So like attracts like. It's the law of attraction.
It is so true. And I mean, I remember doing that a lot, being like, what would it feel like to have all my sessions booked this week? What would it feel like to start the month with sessions booked and that feeling? And that's all I did. I didn't change anything crazy with my marketing. I didn't, I still did my normal sort of pacing of sharing and social and emails and whatever, but that really switched it for me. And it's like, I don't know, these like the manifesting, the abundance, like, I think they cover a lot on that, on The Secret. Is it called The Secret? The Secret?
I don't know. I didn't read it, whatever.
I think there's a video of it on YouTube. It's a little like, woo for me, but, but one of the things they were kind of saying though, around that was just like, you can just like call it in. You can just shift and change your energy and see the results of it. Like, it really does work.
I know. And if you feel like you can't, I mean, I'm really good at helping you remove and identify blocks. So just like,
seriously,
hit a girl up, let me know.
That was like some of the first work I did with you. I was like, let's clear this. Let's clear any abundance or scarcity or things. And, cause I am aware of it if it doesn't feel good. I am aware of that sort of like, oh.
Yeah. And I'd say like, if you don't know where your like money mindset is, or like where you're attracting money from, look at your childhood. What was money like for you growing up? Seriously, like that's where you absorbed this conditioning or this programming that you're operating from. That's how you're attracting money, is how you saw it grown up, if you haven't like checked it and reprogrammed it.
Yeah. Like, I have a friend and all she heard growing up was, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. And now when her mom comes to visit, her mom will do her things and she'll be like, Mom, stop. I don't want my daughters to hear this. And I'm just like, right there, she's like breaking that, she's not, repeating it herself, but she's also telling her mom like, hey,
don't bring that energy in my house.
Let's talk about it in a different way. And when I watch her parent, it's just like, whoa, like the consciousness that goes into like not creating these things for her kids is just so beautiful. It's so like aware and so lovely to see her just being very protective of that, because we have this awareness now that like what we say. And so she's like, sometimes she goes, even if I'm a little scared or nervous, I just thank you, money, she's like, I said, and then I told her, and I go, that your kids can feel if you're lying though, right? And they will sense that maybe we're going to say one thing about money and feel differently. So you got to actually feel it. And she laughed, but it's like, your kids know, they said they're all energy. So they feel it,
I know. I was recently watching something that like Elizabeth April put out. She's awesome on Instagram if you want to follow her. She's an alien lady. And she was talking about this concept that she calls quantum linking, but it's basically like, if you want to tap into self-love, right? But you don't know what that feels like. You didn't see that mirrored to you. Think about a person or a pet that you love so deeply. Think about your children, think about your partner, whatever. And then think about yourself. It's like linking that higher vibration, that more positive attribution. Like if I knew that I had scarcity around money, instead of being like, oh yeah, I love this, I would think about cake. I love cake. I would think about cake and I'd be like, I wish I had a piece of cake right now. What would that feel like if I was eating cake, smelling cake? That's delicious. And then be like, all right, money.
What kind of cake do you like?
Strawberry. Actually, well, it's like a tie.
Casada? Okay.
It's a tie between like strawberry cake and just yellow cake with brown chocolate frosting. Like that is childhood for me.
I like pink cake, strawberry cake, or without strawberries in it. Yeah.
Well, no strawberries in it. I don't want real fruit. I want like just
the box from the box.
Yeah.
Pink. Yeah.
And
white frosting. white
Yes.
frosting on that, and sprinkles.
Obviously, I love sprinkles.
I know you do. I feel like you do. I'm feeling this cake. But as you're saying that, which I think is such a lovely invitation. Yeah. Because sometimes you might not have a pet or a partner or a friend even to access. And, so even just something like food or a beautiful sunset or just, a great music or a song. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, think about that first.
That vibration.
Elevate your vibration first and then think about it. If that is not initially available to you, if you feel like you're sitting there like, oh.
Which is like, sounds like you're taking a shit. That sound.
Right.
Like,
yes. You're
right,
bearing down. You're trying to force it. You're going to get a hemorrhoid.
Don't bear down.
Do not get spiritual hemorrhoid.
Let it flow. What do you use for hemorrhoids? Preparation H?
I think so.
Yeah. So we don't want to buy that. We don't want to have. I'm not going to go any further on this analogy.
I think we're done with the analogy. I think everybody understands.
Okay. What about, okay. So your top tip for manifesting money is to feel the vibration, right? To kind of get into the vibe. I would say specifically even for money, in addition to like asking, there's a couple of really good like manifesting books, and they have you kind of start small, like, hey, manifest a cup of coffee and then manifest this and manifest that. But I would say like looking into law of attraction, looking into manifestation, learning about that, if you like are totally new to that, it's just great all around, because you're not just going to manifest money, you're going to manifest other things too.
Right.
Like I have friends that have manifested like houses, like to a T. I've worked with clients where they have like a 26-point checklist of what they want in their house. And we find every single thing.
Yeah.
Every single thing. Yeah. Like that's pretty, it amazes me. But then I think what I've been learning, even just hanging out with you, is like, we have to believe that it's possible, because all realities exist.
It is possible. It's completely possible. Yeah.
And like, what's that worthiness check that you don't think you get to have that awesome experience? Don't take a C grade experience, people. No.
And also people don't know what that looks or feels like. They might have this grand idea, but they've never seen it. They've never seen it in real life. It's what Lacey Phillips calls look for expanders. Look for people who already have what you want, who are already doing what you want to do. And that's going to expand your subconscious to realize what's possible for you. And that makes manifesting more powerful.
Yes, because I think if people think, hey, if I just dumped a bunch of money into your bank account, instant happiness, surely not. It won't last that long. If you're not already in the mindset to work with that money, you're just going to be scared that you're going to lose it, and you might do something stupid with it. So it's like, because I've literally had that experience. I've been praying for money, had big buckets of money delivered, and then been like, problem is still not fixed.
Oh shit.
Still have this scarcity feeling of like, when's the next one going to come? And when the next one? And what are we going to do about this? And then I just had to chill out about it, because it was just causing too much stress and too much anxiety. And I would say that too, that just fucks up your vibration.
This is a really good example of why you should always have a plan for what you will do with a lot of sums of money. You should always have a plan ready, because I am manifesting winning the lottery, and we talk about it often. And I'm not saying if we win the lottery, we're going to do this. I'm saying when we win the lottery, this is our plan.
Part of that plan includes me being in pajamas on a private jet.
Oh, PJs on the PJ. That is the 10-year plan.
That's so we can visit each other between Seattle and Colorado.
Yes.
Fly back and forth with convenience. Spiritual airlines.
Yes, and comfort. Comfort is paramount.
But my mom works with very wealthy people, and sometimes what I feel is like, oh my God, how can they spend that much money on X when there's people starving and and this kind of stuff, right? So I feel kind of like a limit for me to want to be really, really wealthy, because what I have seen of wealthy people is like, not so great. So I would love to, like you said, get more positive images, because whenever I talk with my husband about making lots of money, it's because we want to like give it to people. So we want to donate it. It's like neither of us really want to have like cars and houses and all that kind of stuff. Like maybe we've done that in other lives. Want to live fairly simply, but we also want to live lovely and beautifully and
comfortably. Yeah.
Comfortably. And especially as a spiritual, teacher, counselor, healer, I need to do a lot of work for myself, right? Like this is how we get to help you guys as we go in there, look at our own stuff, heal it, figure it out, do the work so that we can pass it on. So I chose this career because I love to do that, but then I also have to make time and money for that as well.
I know. And I think that billionaires are also just like a good example of a reverse scarcity mindset. Like, ooh, capitalism only works because it exploits people. Like the billionaires are an imbalance. That is the direct cause or the direct effect of this imbalance in like wealth sharing and abundance sharing. And like, as all of these planets and stuff move into Aquarius, people are starting to think about like the collective. Well, what if we had universal healthcare? What would that mean? What if we had support for parents with children? What if they got a monthly stipend for just childcare? Like, what would that take? What would that look like? And I think people are starting to move more towards this like collective abundance. Like everybody's abundant, so I'm abundant. Like everybody wins versus this skewed off kilter billionaires and poor people that we have going on now. It's not working.
Yeah. So the billionaires, are they just like, I'm so abundant? Like, or what is their energy is if they're attracting so much of that? Because this kind of fascinates me. Like, what do we think Jeff Bezos is like money energy is? And does he feel so worthy, so deserving? And also he's pressing the system to kind of like hoard in that sense too. So it's a little bit of both.
Yes, he's a reptilian. AFL. Which is an alien.
Go back and stay in space. Stay in space.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously can't speak for Jeff Bezos, but I actually don't even really know what he looks like. I just know what his rocket ship looks like.
A penis.
It looks like a wiener.
It does. How did nobody see that? FYI.
I know. I don't know. I think it's all about control. It's not really about the money. It's just about having control.
Yeah. Because I think sometimes, a lot of wealthy people who aren't very happy, right? And, money can't really buy you happiness, but it can buy you comfort. It can't buy you
security,
certain things, security.
Yeah. A little peace of mind. Money can sometimes buy you that, although you should try to cultivate a peace of mind before that.
Yeah. I think I want to work on mine a bit more. I think I'm ready to expand and receive more. As we talk about this, I kind of can see all my like little limiting beliefs popping up and be like, hey girl. And I'm like, I want to have more money in. And the universe has been like, what's your bill? Tell me how much you need. And literally I keep pulling cards and every single card points in some way or direction. So I just need to sit down and be like, here's my bill, universe. Here's how much it takes for me to live comfortably.
Right. This is what I want.
And go visit Natalie in Colorado and,
yes.
Go pick apples and,
pick apples.
Yeah, it's going to be apple picking season soon here.
Oh, that's right. It is. I was like, where did you pull apples from?
Have you ever picked apples?
No, I've never been told. Actually, we had an apple tree in our backyard at our old house.
That's cool. It's just, things like that, just fun little cute things. And I think when I was talking with my friend about it, I said, I would like to be able to go into a store and not have to lift something up and like look at the price.
Look at the price tag. Yeah.
That's been my sort of thing of like, and when I was like in corporate, I was making a shit ton of money and I lived in Ohio. So living was cheap. So I did that. I would go out, but as I like moved and like, got clarity, I was like, well, I was just spending money. Like I had a pink purse and a blue purse and a red purse and lots of shoes and lots of cheap ass jewelry, like stuff for like all these like little corporate outfits and stuff. And I was like, I don't really need all that stuff though now, and like I have a different need and use for my money. And I also though still feel like I want to like request stuff because I feel like I might get into this little space where I was like, I don't need that. No, that's okay. No, I'll just live humbly. And it's like, no, girl, you want a massage every week. Okay.
Different. That's different. Yeah.
Put it into your budget,
Right. Because that is possible for you. Find an expander who's getting massages every week if you don't.
That's true. Have you ever like manifested like a big sum of money?
Well, I'm gonna win the lottery, so I'll
That's true.
keep you posted on that. But this past May, I've said that like this is the year. This is the year where I get like I fully transition into like as I was saying that sentence, I like envisioned myself like turning into an alien, but it's like I'm maybe, but also gonna get out of nursing. So I can peel back my skin. But also, so in May, I was like, I'm looking at sustainability for my business, and like trading hours for money is not a business model that I want to really continue down.
Yeah.
I still want to work one-on-one with people, but in a different capacity. So I'm creating these courses, right? And that's going to be able to reach a wider audience. And in May, I launched these group sessions. It's like a beta launch for one of the courses I'm going to be putting out. Yeah. I was like, yeah, let's just test it on a group of people. Let's see how they like it. And I manifested like $5,000. I sat at the beginning of the month and I was like, what would it feel like to make $5,000 this month? How would that feel? And I didn't know that I was going to launch group courses yet. It's like I sat in the energy of it, and I do this on like a pretty regular basis. Like every week I'll like make a goal for the month and then sit in the energy of it and like call it forward and not attached to how it's going to come through.
Yes, 100%. You have to give the how up.
Yeah.
That's and so many people want to know the how. So they can like be in control or no, or this or that, or like request changes to the how, but you are the what and the why. Spirit is the how, or the universe, or God. You know what somebody just called it that I never heard this before. They call it Gus, God, universe, spirit.
Oh, isn't that cute? That's cute.
Oh, that was Gus. I was like, I love that.
That's so cute.
Yeah, like your preferences. But yeah, you have to set what you want, know why you want it. And then the cool thing is the how, like I love seeing how it comes in like totally crazy different ways, not how I expected, like down to the cent. Sometimes it's wild.
I know. And I think people get really hung up on manifestation. Like this shit doesn't work for me because they're sitting there again and they're like, trying to control how it's going to come through when like, that's really not your job. Your 10% is just directing the energy. Yeah. That is your 10%. Yeah. Gus is driving. You've got the map. You're not in control of where you stop, who you pick up along the way. Like you just get to say, this is where we're going. I think people don't like that though. Well, because there's no control there, a perceived control. Yeah. And I think people are like, I would rather hustle and work myself to the bone, all these familiar phrases, right? And then earn my money and right? But it's like, you only have so many hours and you only have so much energy. And why not get it in other ways? Why not have the universe help you out and send you little things, you know? You just never know. I know. And that's just not sustainable why would you want to work for 40 years to enjoy your life when you can't? Yeah. Like I work less than 40 hours a month, and I used to work way more than that a week. Yeah. You know, and it's possible for you too. Like you, whoever listening to this, like you don't have to subscribe to the 9 to 5, to the hustle, to the, I have to trade hours for money. Like that doesn't have to be your reality. Everybody quit and come. Everybody quit entrepreneurs with us. I love it. I'll show you how. Yes. But truly, she will. I'll show you how. And I'll cheer you on because sometimes I feel like Oprah in my sessions. I'm like, you're a healer, you're a psychic, you're clairaudient, open up to your gifts. And some people are like, yeah, I get that. I've been feeling that already. And some people are like, oh, really? You know, and it's like that first awakening of like, once you access this, you guys, and you call things in and you play with the energy and you figure it out, it is like I said, it's so cool. It's so awe-inspiring. It like makes me go like every time, you know? I know. It makes you like want to wake up because like, what the fuck's going to happen today? We don't know, but I'm here for it. I'm excited about it. I really love that you have this like, my Virgo got tingly when you said that, but like this where you're like, I sit down and like have a goal and I like focus on that. I kind of just do a general abundance money. Yeah. Come on in. But,
I like this idea of maybe like being more specific and directing it and seeing how that works for me. So I will report back.
Yeah, report back. Let me know. Set a goal. Just see. I mean, honestly, you've got nothing to lose.
That's true. And everything to gain.
Right.
And if it doesn't come, you can like adjust, right? And you can check your energy and you can kind of, and then I think also sometimes too, like, again, you have to let go of like the when. Like sometimes if you're like, I want this to happen today, like it might not, right?
Yeah.
It might not because of so many other factors. And so you have to release that sometimes.
Yeah. It's literally just the destination that you have control over. It's not the how, it's not the when.
Get on in the back seat with us.
Yeah. We're just going to let Gus drive.
We're going to just like have a chat, some snacks. What's your favorite road trip snack, by the way?
Oh my God. Don't make fun of me. Bugles.
Those are like the weirdest, coolest.
Yeah.
Snacks.
I don't know why. It's like some childhood thing. I love them.
I really love like a good gummy.
Oh yeah, we love gummies
some
too.
Swedish fish, those blue and white sharks, you know, just something kind of like to chew on. So I'm headed on a road trip, so I'm thinking about snacks. But maybe I'll manifest some stuff on my road trip, you know?
Oh, that would be so fun.
Yeah. Like an upgraded hotel room or a free this or a free that, or, you know.
Yeah, play around with it, see how it goes.
Yeah. And then you can also manifest like other types of things, right? It doesn't always have to be physical. I think physical is fun to start with because it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But you can manifest all kinds of other things in your life.
Yeah, you can.
Like babies. I guess that's physical in the end.
Also physical.
But it starts off spiritual.
I have a funny story. So I went to my records the other day and I like asked, I think I mentioned that my period was 5 days late. So I asked like, what the fuck? And they were like, you weren't in a space to receive her because I was stranded in Vegas and there were so many people around. And then the day I got my period was the day that we got pregnant last year.
Wow.
And they told me it was like a cycle reset.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's great. I'm going to do that. So like, if you're in a space to receive, you'll receive it. If you're not, you won't.
Yeah. And I have actually heard babies will help like move your timeline via your period.
Yeah. And I think that's what they did because like my guides and my records were saying like, you are going to get pregnant in the next 6 months. Like that's what the timeline feels like. And like, this is the reset for that energy to come through.
That's exciting. It's fun to do this work because I think too, people freak out about having kids and how am I going to pay for kids? And, you know, there's that old adage, like, you're never ready.
You're never ready. Yeah.
We have to talk like this because that's how they talk when they said this kind of stuff. And we don't think like that anymore. But it's like, I tell people that all the time. I'm like, you'll be ready. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't we all want an abundance and all this kind of stuff? But like, that's not what it's about. You know, it's about figuring it out. It's about trusting that it will come. There's nothing more exciting than trusting that the universe will give you what you need exactly when you need it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's so much nicer not to have to worry about like, oh, is this going to come through in the way that I'm trying to make it come through? Like, no, let that shit go. I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah. And when you let all that shitty shit thoughts go, all your thoughts are like abundance, joy, money, love. And like, then you're fucking happy and your life is amazing and more amazing shit comes. It's so true.
Practice telling yourself, I don't know. And I don't have to know.
Yeah, I like that one.
If that's really hard for you, if control is a thing, just practice. Get into the habit of saying like, you know what? I don't know. And I don't need to know.
Yeah. I love that. And say it like that. All cute. With some sass.
I don't need to. Take that.
Take that. Negative thoughts. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Any final thoughts about money, dollar bills?
You know, I would say if you are struggling, if this seems impossible, if, you know, like, I'll never get out of this, just take a breath and take a pause and realize that you are also choosing where you are right now in this money experience for you to learn, for you to move out. Like as soon as you cannot be the victim of your scarcity or the victim of not having enough money or all this kind of stuff, you will shift and change, right? You would quit that job and get a better paying one and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's so hard to see that, but it's like when you make one small shift and change, it becomes easier to do the next and the next and the next. And then we build momentum. And once you have momentum, things then come rapid, right? So at first it might be like boop, 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 but then it's like, it's like, sorry if that was like in your ears, people, but like, it's like that. It's like dripple, dripple, dripple. Is that a word? Drip, drip,
Dribble?
drip.
Yeah.
It was like, that was like drip and dribble, a dribble, a dripple. And it kind of like, but then when you put fire and energy in towards it, it really does change. So that's what I would say. Nothing is impossible. You can make money. You can be rich if you want to be.
If you want to be. Yeah. If you can find a good enough reason to want to be rich.
Exactly. If you want to invite us over to enjoy your wealth,
yeah, we'll do that. I'll show up to support you in your money making.
I'll take a ride in your Ferrari.
I don't care. Invite me.
I'll eat your shrimp cocktail.
Do it.
I'll swim in your pool. No.
Don't threaten me. Yeah. I think that feels good for money. And I hope that you've at least been able to reframe your mindset about money with us talking about it like this, like in a more lighthearted way and not so serious, like money is the end all be all, because support also comes through in different ways if you're struggling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Well, giveaway, like we said, is still going strong. So, Jess, what do we have to do to receive this Here for the Weird coffee mug? Extra large coffee mug, by the way. Extra large.
Weird.
Extra weird.
You're extra
because
weirdness.
we understand. You're going to get a crystal that is kind of intuitively guided for you, and also a card that's going to be meaningful for you specifically. And 2 people are going to win. What do they have to do?
You have to do all the things. You have to like our podcast because we want you to like us. If you share it in your stories, if you save the post that we post, that is helpful. That'll give you some entries. Tag your friends in there, right? Be like, hey, come listen to this. Really, we just want you to share. So like the post, share the post, tag yourself in there, make sure you're following us. And then what's super helpful is we want you to like rate and review. So if you go to iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts, pop us a little 5-star, ching ching, because that's what we want. And we'll accept 4s, I guess, too. But 3 and below, just email us because we need to talk.
Just tell me.
Don't. And then leave us a little review. Like, we love you because you guys send us cute little texts and everything, and we like love them so much. And we'd love for others to hear like how funny you think we are. So just basically like shower us with love.
Essentially.
We will give you a coffee cup that says Here for the Weird. Exclusive. There's only 4 made.
There's
never
only
make
4.
these again.
No.
And then I'm going to intuitively choose some crystals and some cards. I'm going to put them outside over the Lionsgate portal. So it's going to be charged for you for this period to help you work with it and have some fun and maybe bring some money in if you want, or some abundance.
Heck yeah, you can do whatever you want. And again, 2 people are going to win, and the winner will be announced on the podcast, I think coming out on the 23rd, but we'll officially announce on our Instagram on the 22nd with the full moon in Aquarius.
Oh.
Yes.
I was with a friend and I howled, and she's like, I think you howled last time. I'm like, I guess I do. Like, I was out in nature. We were like picking berries, and I just like, I howl when I'm out in nature.
I think you howled last time.
As you do. And she said that. And I was like, I probably howled.
That sounds very on brand for me.
I don't know. Don't you love howling?
I can't say that I've really, no, what we do it with our dogs to make them howl. It's pretty cute.
Oh, that's cute. That's so cute. Highly recommend howling at the moon.
Very cathartic. Yeah. Or if you're feeling frustrated by anything that we talk about, just roll down your window and scream.
Yeah.
Do it. Let it out.
Or you could scream inside your car.
Or you could do that, but it's more fun to like scream at the world.
Put on some Rage Against the Machine and be like, ah!
Rage. Yeah. Okay.
Do it, folks.
With that, we will see you guys next week. And we're so excited. We can't wait to announce these winners. Check out our Instagram for more rules. Yes.
Somebody better manifest this. Okay. Manifest this win for you guys.
Manifest your win.
Gonna do it. Manifest it. Just saying.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. All right. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.